If you raise chicken, then you know that chickens are undoubtedly omnivores, which means that they will eat both vegetables and meats. And if you've raised them and you throw in any of your table scraps, let it be known that they will be devoured. But quail are a little bit different. We actually like to consider quail as grainivores, which means that they mostly are going to consume grain and seed. Now, out in the wild, their diets will shift different times in the year, so it's really dependent on what's available to them. So in the spring and summer, they might have more of those grains and seeds that are available, whereas the fall and winter, where they do grow more scarce, then they actually are going to be eating what other types of birds eat as well, which is going to be more of those leafy greens, as well as some bugs, insects, and little tiny things like that. And you'll oftentimes notice that if you are raising quail, which we've seen this at our homestead, they'll actually kind of chase after some little buggies that are in the air and really devour them quickly, similar to your chickens. And with everything that's going on in the world today, there's definitely a scarcity and fear that's happening around getting enough feed for our animals. So I definitely want to talk a little bit about different alternatives that you can be feeding your quail outside of just quail feed or game bird feed, so that you can really take advantage of all of the elements that are free and available around us. I'm Danielle of the Spadaro Homestead, and welcome to our channel where we bring you new content every week about how we're starting a homestead so that you can learn how to be more self-sustainable and learn from what we're learning as we start our homestead. And it's really important that not only are you switching up and adding different fun things to your quail's feed, but you're really taking advantage of the land around you, because isn't that what homesteading really is deep down? Many experienced quail breeders will actually feed chicken feed to their quail, which is actually what we do here as well. But you can also be feeding them game bird feed, which is available at a lot of the same places that you will find any of your chicken feed. And what's really great about game bird feed is it's going to have all the nutritional items that your quail do need. But if you already have chickens and you have a lot of chicken feed, then you can definitely give that to your quail. And you want to make sure that you're just substituting with some other elements, which are going to be some of the treats that we're going to talk about today. Because if they were foraging for their own food out in the wild, they would be eating a lot of these items. First off, it's important that there's always a clean, fresh source of water. Giving your quail unlimited water is definitely key, really, to the survival of any animal, but we want to make sure that we're always providing enough fresh water for our quail, especially in the winter when it can get quite cold. Making sure that the water isn't freezing, but you're giving them fresh, drinkable water that they can consume is going to be number one. And then what we can start to do is actually think about how we can substitute some of their food for some nutritious and fun treats. The first treat that you can be giving to your quail is going to be sprouted seeds. Think something like alfalfa, where you are sprouting that up, and your quail are going to love it. Chef's kiss. They will be excited for that. And you'll probably already have it around your homestead, or it's something that you could easily grow as well. The next item is going to be bugs and insects. Now, if you have a garden, it's going to be really easy to gather some of those bugs and insects, but it's definitely not as easy as that. And you can always give them some grubs, dried up black soldier flies, anything like that you can also give to your chicks as well. And they're going to love it. So similar to your chickens, quails are also going to love a lot of those goodies. And like I said before, if there's a loose fly or bug that does get in their cage, they're definitely going to be very quick at trying to grab that up and eat it because they love them. Another great treat that you can be giving your quail is different types of vegetables from your garden. So think about different types of leafy greens like lettuce, broccoli, cabbage, carrots, cucumber, peas, turnip greens, tomatoes, celery, and even spinach. If you have any leftover in your garden that you can bring over, they'll definitely love something like that. Any type of seeds that come from them, they also will munch up and enjoy those as well. And these are ways that you can be supplementing some of the feed that you have, as well as just offering some tasty treats to your quail. To wrap things up, if you are giving your quail a game bird feed, this isn't something you really have to worry about. You can definitely just do that and not have any additional items. But if you're looking to supplement some of the feed costs with things that you can grow on your own or that you might have leftover already at your homestead, these are some great treats and things that you can have available, or you can even have in addition to any of the feed that you're already feeding your quail. I hope this is helpful, and check out some of these other quail videos that we have here, as we love raising quail on our homestead, and if you aren't already, you definitely might want to think about adding some. Bye!